y bienvenidos a la Deuces Wild Motherfuckers!
Happy All-Star game, all you crazy people out there.
Thrill. Great to see you. Happy All-Star game day. And just like that, I guess it's 3-2, the American League coming back against our guy,
Yep,
Logan Webb. What's up?
yep. No, evidently, old Otani hit a 3-run bomb to put him up, and then Logan just gave up a 2-run double of Soto. So now it's 3-2.
So here we are in the great state of Texas. You had an opportunity to play for the Rangers, obviously, after leaving the San Francisco Giants. What was, let's start with just the experience of playing in Arlington, a little bit about the city.
You know what? I mean, when I first got there, it was all, Cowboys this, Cowboys that, Cowboys this, and then I was like, when we showed up, it was like, wait a second, we got a good ball club here. We ought to be able to do something. And so, well, we had to strike, interrupt everything and all that sort of stuff. But for 2 years there, we won division championships, which is the first time it ever happened in Ranger history. And, I became kind of right in the middle of everything on I guess you would want to say the Central Division of the AL. So
we just had a classic matchup between Aaron Judge and Logan Webb. He got the ground out to third base.
Yeah, Logan,
Judge,
did you notice that right there? Logan didn't throw him no slider. He threw him in San Francisco. He threw him a freaking sinker in on his hands.
Yeah, dude. How do you like the unis, man?
The unis.
Your thoughts on the All-Star game unis?
They suck. The unis are terrible. Whoever designed those unis for Major League Baseball, it needs to be fired. That's like these idiotic City Connect uniforms that are shitty. Whoever the hell did the All-Star game uniforms, you ought to be fired.
I will go on record as saying that is only half of the Deuces Wild opinion here on No Filter Network.
Yeah, because
I fucking love
guy
him.
wearing freaking pink, and he's gonna love him. He's gonna love him.
Well, I'm also wearing a Mississippi State hat, Thrill, because
yes, you are.
I am in the great state of Mississippi right now.
Hey, you can't say anything about Louisiana, Mississippi because you're in the middle of it and you had to play a freaking Louisiana team. So you can't say nothing.
Dude, we just got done with the PGI National Championship. 32 of the best teams in the country all in one spot. Had to be invited to go another base hit here. And the American League's going to tie the game at 3.
Shit.
I mean, dude, how do you not like those helmets, man? Those things are fucking fire. It doesn't get much better than those.
Come on, Logan. Find a way to get out of this.
The Giants pitchers in general, Thrill, I don't think have had a lot of success in All-Star games. I'm just thinking of Big Daddy Rick Russell and Bo Jackson fucking nuking his ass to lead off the game in Anaheim in what was that, like 1986?
Yeah, I know Kruko had an outing in 86 where he did well. After that, we had some issues with some of our pitchers, but that's okay. It's all right.
That'd be fun to look into. So I'm still in Mississippi. The tournament just finished for us late last night. And it was a banger, man. I mean, every single game we played was a dogfight. There are no shitty teams here. And we ended up barely making the gold bracket, lost our first game in the bracket, and then came back and beat a good team out of Illinois called the Hit Dogs, backed that up by beating the number 3 team in the country, Furia National. uh, just a really, really talented group, and then ended up losing our next one, but got down to the final 8 teams. So it was a hell of a ride for the Let Them Play 12U boys. I'm real proud of them.
Nice job, nice job. Look, they finished what did you say, eighth out of
8th,
13
yeah, 7th
division.
or
I
8th.
mean, hey, they're in the top 25%. Dude, that's awesome. Congratulations to them, you know. And on top of that, you know, as you well know, I mean, traveling the country, whenever you go to these tournaments and stuff like that, dude, you're gonna face some hellacious competition. So, you know, for the guys that do what they did, man, congratulations, man. That's awesome for them. Congrats.
So, Thrill, you took part in 6, 7 All-Star games.
Yeah.
What is your greatest memory from one of them?
Well, let's see. I was the leading vote getter for the National League, so that was a big deal. I think that was 89, 88, 89, one of them up in there. And you know, so that was a big deal going to that All-Star game. And then favorite memory was a little 3-run bomb off of Rick Aguilera down in San
In
Diego.
San Diego.
Yeah, we were losing pretty good, but kind of got us back in the swing of things. So a little Apo Taco, as you would call it. So it was a lot of fun. So that was my All-Star game memories. Another thing too, you know, I mean, I got them right here, right by my desk. But I got all the pictures, all the presidents. You know, when I was there, it was Reagan and George Senior, and yeah, so it was a lot of fun every time being there meeting the presidents. So that was good.
That's pretty cool, dude. So, by the way, I just poured myself a Casamigos, officially not a sponsor of Deuces Wild, but they fucking should be. And on top of that, we do have an official sponsor. It's uh, Bet Online, the number one online gambling destination for all of you degenerates. I imagine they will have
That
a
would be
live
that
betting
would
right
be
now.
Shohei Otani's translator's first pick. That guy.
Yep, absolutely. Ipe. Let's raise one up for Ipe tonight, by the way.
Here you go, Ipe. Here, way to take the brunt of the abuse for everybody. Nice job.
Yeah, we still don't know exactly what happened there,
Yeah, we
Drill.
don't know, but everybody else deep down inside knows.
So, Bet Online, the number one online gambling destination for the latest scores, odds, news, predictions, all of it. Go to Bet Online. Type in the promo code BLEAV, capital BLEAV for 50% off your first deposit. Bet Online.
Fifty
All right,
percent
Thrill.
off.
So,
50% on. Jump in it.
so
Hey,
San
speaking of
Diego.
which, speaking of which, look at this. Look at this. I know that you guys probably have seen that one already, but that would be the man. Ooh, wait, here, this side, this side. Nope,
Is that
this
a
side.
beach ball?
That would be Tony Gwynn hitting a beach ball. He is. That's what it looked like when it came in there. Tony Gwynn. It was like about yay big around every time it came in there. So
Where?
you know, we talk about Tony, my friendship, how much I learned from him, and all that sort of stuff. Right down. Matter of fact, it's right across from Willie Mays Plaza. Is Baseballism. It's called a shop called
Yeah.
Baseballism. They got a lot of neat stuff in there, and they got a Tony. They got a Ken Griffey Jr. collection, and then they added some of the Tony Gwynn stuff. And when Trey and I went in San Francisco the last time, he wanted to go in Baseballism. He got some neat shirts, and when I saw this one, I was like, oh yeah, we getting this one, and this one's going on no filter. I promise you.
Yeah, that's a super cool one, dude. It reminds me of the All-Star game in 1999, I believe, at Fenway Park, the one where Ted Williams was there.
Yeah, yeah. Matter of fact, they just showed that. They just showed that yesterday. You know, before the home run derby, they were going through some of the memories and all that, and that Boston Red Sox All Star game where all the Hall of Famers came out there was epic, and having Ted Williams throw out the first pitch and Tony Gwynn kind of held him up and escorted him on out there. That was pretty awesome.
Did you ever get a chance to meet Ted Williams?
I met Ted Williams twice, and I mean, fabulous guy. Fabulous guy. The only problem was every time I met him, it was like in a crowd, and just he and I were trying to talk, and people were just all over us, and it was hard for us to kind of like get away to just talk all by ourselves. But we had a I mean, just a fabulous man. And I even told him, I flat out told him to his face, I said, I learned your swing secondhand. And then I gave him the guy's name, Barry Butera. And he goes, I recall that name, son. I recall that name. And I was like, well, you taught him how to swing a bat, and then he taught me how to swing a bat. And so I said, I got your teaching secondhand. So I said, thank you so much.
Dude, that's
Luke, you
incredible.
put it on there too. Nice job, Luke. Put on the Baseballism website thingamabob where you can get all kinds of stuff. But there's another shirt that I wore to the Eugene Club when I was there this last week. It's a red one. It's got a big cross on it. It says "Rub Dirt" on it.
Rub dirt on
And
it.
yeah, so I went in the clubhouse. I was like, "Here, you bastards! This is what happens when y'all get a freaking hangnail and a pinky or whatever. Rub a little dirt on it, run back out there. Let's go."
Dude, going back to Ted Williams for a second, he had to have been fucking, I don't want to say like taken aback, but here you were, in the late 80s, obviously became one of the greatest, if not the greatest left handed hitter in baseball.
By far.
And
By
here
far.
he is having to hear this. Yo, like, by the way, I learned how to hit indirectly through you.
And
I just,
we're talking like I learned all the stuff that you taught
Butera,
literally 40
yeah,
years 40 years later. I learned from you 40 years later. And it for me personally, it was the ultimate compliment that I could give Ted Williams. And look, there he is. Boom. They just pull it up. Is that awesome? That's freaking awesome that we talking about it and it pops up on TV. That's
uh,
what No Filter does right there. That's
no
what No
coincidence.
Filter does.
No coincidence. Yeah, it's fascinating, man, because you know he basically, he talked about getting on plane with the baseball, right? And he
Yeah,
talked about like how the swing arc and coming down, and he talked a lot of what even some of the modern day gurus are trying to teach.
right.
Although you can make the argument they've taken it way too far by dipping this right away, whatever. But if you watch Ted, it was just like it was a Nike swoosh, right?
Yeah.
That came
So
through, and it was just prettier than anything I've ever seen.
so the way that it was put to me, and is exactly kind of like you're talking about the swoosh. It is you're kind of short to the ball. So you're up here. All right, here we go. So you're up here, right? And you want to get down on plane like you're talking about. So here we come. We get down on plane, and then it is staying on that plane for as long as you can before you get out. Okay. And what that does right there is it keeps, all right, the baseball's coming this way. You're going this way. I mean, so you're on that same plane as the baseball, and you're creating momentum, you're creating length through the strike zone. So by length, I mean you can hit it here, 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 as long as you stay on that plane of the baseball. And that's why your timing doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. And that's what the problem with the game now is, especially with the young guys. Ball's coming this way and they're coming up. So their timing has to be absolutely perfect. And so that's why I'm talking about getting on the plane of the baseball. If I could tell you how many times I said that in Eugene, Oregon this last week, you'd beat me upside the head. I mean, it was, oh my God, we got so many problems as far as getting on the plane of the baseball.
How was Eugene, Oregon? You spent what, about a week there
Mm.
with all the Giants rookie A-level kids.
Yeah, no. And it was a lot of kids that I had not seen because they were in San Jose, California last year, and I didn't get a chance to see that team, because I had the surgery and all that. But, we have a pretty good amount of talent there. Bryce Eldridge was there, so that's the big first baseman from San Jose.
From last year, right?
Yeah, first round draft pick. He actually was there. I got a chance to work with him for 3 days, and then he went to the Futures game. The shortstop from San Jose, Cole Foster, got brought up there, so worked with Cole a little bit. And then we got some other talented individuals. Here's a name for you that you need to pay attention to. Actually, 2 of them. One of them is Jonah Cox. I think we got him from the A's, if I'm not correct. But anyway, we got him in one of the trades earlier in the year. And this young man, 6'3", probably 215, 220 pounds. Eric, this bastard can fly. I'm talking about fly. So for everybody in the chat room, if I put a stopwatch on you and you take a full swing, I mean a full swing, and then you get to running, right? 4.2 seconds is above average. Four flat is cooking. I mean, that's running your ass off, right? Jonah Cox ran 2.38 somethings for me, and then he put a bunt down and he ran a 3.7.
Come on.
He hit a triple down the right field line, and he ran a 10.6 all the way to third base. When I looked at the stopwatch, I had to go up to the guys and I go, "You got to be shitting me!" I said, "That bastard was rolling." I haven't seen anybody run like that in a while. I'm just telling you that right now. So that's Jonah Cox. His problem, all right, just like a lot of other guys, you got to put the ball in play. Swings at a bunch of balls out the zone. Okay, I get it. But he made some real good adjustments while I was there. So you'll be hearing that name. Another kid who was –
Is he an outfielder, Thrill?
Outfielder.
Okay.
Another kid who was not on anybody's radar, another outfielder, and he's on my radar. I can promise you that. Kid's name's Alexander Suarez, big right-handed hitter, and young kid, but figuring it out, got a real decent, approach, pretty simple. He's leading the team in home runs, and he doesn't have near the at-bats anybody else does on the team. And another guy that can fly, ran like 5 or 6, 4 flats to first base with a swing. So, I mean, cooking going down
from the left side or the right side?
Right side. Both of those guys are coming from the right side.
Like that's next level, dude. 4.2 from the right side back in the day. Like that's what I used to run consistently. And if I got a jailbreak, I could get down there in like a 3.9. Right, but it has to be like outside slider perfectly.
Right. And that's why I brought it up to you. I knew you would appreciate how good these kids are running down the line. And on top of that, they're running down the line hard every time like that. They're putting pressure on the defense, and I'm like, that's a freaking Eric Byrnes type of hustle right there.
Bro, there's only so many things you can control in life. Your attitude, your effort, your hustle. That's it.
So anyway, those are 2 names for you. Pitching wise, got a kid. I just saw him for the first time. He was in San Jose, got bumped up. This was his 3rd start in Eugene. Joe Whitaker, big, tall left-hander, 93, 95, slider changeup. He made it look simple. He just blew guys' doors off. He came in after the first inning, and I was like, I mean, the other team, who was the Blue Jays, by the way, Blue Jays affiliate, they didn't even touch him. And I went up to him, and I go, Joe, I said, your fastball's freaking electric. I said, do not deviate from the game plan until they catch up to your fastball. He wound up pumping these bastards in there, mixed in the slider, mixed in the changeup. 77 pitches, 6 complete innings, made it look easy. Made it look like a piece of cake. So
that sounds promising for the Giants, right? Speed, arms.
Yes, you will be seeing Joe Whitaker at some point down the road. Remember that name.
Oh, here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. The bat takes off.
We got an Aborigine chunking some shit, hoping it's coming back to him. It ain't coming back to you. You're not throwing a boomerang. Hang on to the goddamn thing. That's what they make pine tar. Pine tar. Pine tar.
Did you ever let go of a bat?
Never once in my life, never once did I ever let go of the bat. I put so much pine tar on. I'm from the South. You're in the middle of the South. You know it was 97 degrees today down there. I had so much pine tar on that I could go like this. I could go like this, and the bat would stick in my hands. There was no way that I'm chunking this bat until after I get through hitting something.
I know I asked you this before, but did you sniff the pine tar?
Oh, there is nothing better than pine tar. There is nothing better than pine tar. And Josh knows, Tommy Luke knows, Big Mike knows, because they've been on the ranch. All right. When you walk through a pine plantation and you can smell the sap and stuff like that, it is the freaking best. You got that, and then you got the evergreen smell from the pine needles and all that. Best smell in the world, by far.
What's a pine plantation?
A pine plantation is when you have an area of land and you've planted pine trees and they're in rows. And so the rows make it easy to go in and harvest the trees when you got to cut the trees.
Like, I mean, we
They're,
have pine
they're on,
plantations in Tahoe, but they're
yeah,
just
no, but
fucking
they're on like,
scattered.
yeah, no, but they're on spacing. So like the trees are 4x4. They're either 4 feet this way or 4 feet that way, or 6x6. 6 feet this way, 6 feet that way, and then that creates the rows. If you see a picture from above, it looks like a big checkerboard. Is what it looks like.
They have Adley Rutschman up right now. It says the first Orioles catcher to start an All-Star game since 1987. Who was the catcher for the Orioles in 1987 that made the All-Star game?
Oh my God, I don't know. All right, wait. Let's think about that. It
The
wasn't Charles.
chat's got to be firing away right now. My
Yeah,
chat,
no,
for whatever reason, isn't
Charles
working.
Johnson played with me. Um, Good Lord, who was the catcher? Lenny Webster? No, he was before Lenny Webster.
Well, Rick Dempsey was there.
Was Rick Dempsey the catcher?
I don't know if he was a catcher. He was there, though, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, I guess he was there.
87?
I would imagine. Luker, what's that say? Oh, Luker dropped a Terry Kennedy on us.
Oh!
Ooh, very
I
nicely
worked with Terry
done,
Kennedy for
Luker.
5.
Woo! Go ahead on, baby. Oh,
Interesting.
by the way, we'll get to it later on. We'll get to it later on. But you know how you and I always are talking about, your back shoulder and keeping your back shoulder up, not ducking
Yeah.
down and not kind of trapping that elbow in there.
Yeah.
I saw that freaking 100 times in Eugene. That is the common problem that these young guys got to get taken
Tilt?
care of coming out of college. That right there, exactly what you just did. Exactly what you just did. That. So exactly what Eric's doing. So Eric's right here, and you drop the back shoulder, and then first thing that happens is that elbow comes up, shoulder comes up, and look what happens to the bat head. Bat head drops, right? So you're up
Yeah.
under the ball to start out with, and then the only way to get on top of it is to roll. And so you get these guys that either hit 9-mile-high pop-ups, they roll over, hit routine grounders, or they swing and miss. And if I could tell you I saw one guy do it, no, I saw not only 5 guys from our team, but 5 guys from the other team doing it.
How were the guys receptive towards you? Do they understand who the fuck you are?
You know what? There were some of the guys. Well, I mean, the guys from San Jose knew me because I was just there 2 weeks ago. But
Sure.
most of the guys were like,
Ooh.
I just hung around. You make a catch?
Yeah, sick.
Good job. That was actually a good jump right there by him.
I mean,
You got
great.
Tommy coming back up after his home run and base on balls. So
Back in the day, like when you played, how many at bats did you get?
in the All-Star game,
Yeah, two.
starters got two, and then whoever else was behind them kind of finished up. So I was on both ends of that. I mean, I started a few times, got two at bats, and then I was out. And then I was also in Pittsburgh coming in on the tail end, got two at bats, and would have got another at bat if the game would have gone extra innings.
How did you get to the games?
Like as in
Like,
drive or
did
anything?
you hop on a United flight?
Yeah, yeah. Basically, that. I mean now these guys because of what they make and all that. I mean they charter these jets and all that sort of shit. No, I went to the airport and jumped on a United flight and had to connect and whatever else. Yeah, I mean, so it was like flying normal. But now these guys they're a little spoiled, so they do that. Um, yeah, but I enjoyed the All Star experience. It wasn't routine oriented by any stretch of the imagination. When you're out there taking batting practice, there are so freaking many people on the field.
Yeah.
You legitimately cannot take a full swing. If you take a full swing, you're going to hit somebody. So, so you do whatever you do in the cage to get loose and come out on the field. But the All Star game is just, I mean, for me, it was a bunch of PR running around, talking to members of the press and doing interviews. And, when you get to the clubhouse, you got to sign 9,100,000,000 baseballs. And then, like I said before, I enjoyed meeting the presidents. I was like, I'll do whatever to meet the presidents. I thought that was cool as shit.
So, Thrill, I I never played an All Star game. I certainly should have been in at least one.
Yeah, for
07. I
sure.
should
You
have
should have
fucking been
been. You
there.
should have been.
But I ironically I end up in a kayak in McCovey Cove right before Ichiro hits the only inside the Parker ever hit an All Star game. I'm working for Fox doing some TV shit. I I think I don't get me wrong. Like in general, like of course you want that feather in your cap sort of thing. Super cool, great experience, home run derby, all of it, and just kind of whatever. But I got to imagine because I heard Bryce Harper say it tonight, something about his other teammates sitting on a beach somewhere. There's something to be said when you have that All Star break off, and I was shooting up the fucking Lake Tahoe and kicking it with the boys. Chavi and I went up there one year, brought the families and everything. It was just, there was something to be said for that time off and that release and recharge to get ready for the second half. So, what about the years you did not go to the All Star game?
Oh hell, the years I did not go, I literally had no idea what to do with myself. Had no idea
Yeah.
because we're in the middle of the season. I'm in a routine and I'm doing this routine every day. Um, even if I went to the All Star game, I was doing something baseball wise, so it's fine. Uh, if Harper's going to think that way, well then hit 220, son. You ain't got to worry about going to an All Star game. That's. But if you keep freaking pulling balls out the yard, you're going to go to the All Star game. So suck it up. That's part of being a stud. That's part of being an All Star. That's part of being a superstar. Is you have to do things that other people don't do. So there you go. There's my
And I think he embraces it for the most part, right?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I think he's done a really good job.
But probably somebody asked him the question. He's like, man, I could probably use a few days off. Well, guess what? Too bad. You ain't going to get it. You're going to get one day off here because you're going to be traveling. You're going to get another day off when you're traveling again. Too bad. Hang with him. All right.
With great stardom comes great responsibility.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, look, if you're a stud, and you worked your ass off to be a stud, be a freaking stud. That's how it works. So anyway, Luca brought it up just now. Said that Oakland didn't send a private jet for Mason Miller, and evidently he jumped on the Phillies charter. Is that correct, Luca? But that right there just shows me what kind of organization Oakland is. All right. I mean, it's not the same organization when Eric Byrnes played. It's not the same organization when Mark McGuire and Dennis Eckersley and all of those guys played. It's not the same organization when Sal Bando and Raleigh Fingers and Reggie Jackson and all them played. Oakland, Billy Bean has made them go downhill. Thank
Yeah, I
you.
don't know if it's Billy's fault, but I mean, it's
Whatever.
more of the
Whatever.
ownership
You never
perspective in
freaking
this.
you never sign anybody back. You get rid of all your studs. So there you go. Take that with you.
Yeah, it's not a good look right now, man. And I was 103 Mason Miller's throwing right now. Holy shit. 10 fucking 3
Freaking
through.
cut it loose, big boy. You in your uniform that looks like barf.
Oh, I like it. But you got a really good point. It does look a little bit like puke with
Yes, it
that
does.
slight pink to it.
Hey, I have been around college, a lot of college, shall we say, throwing upness, and it all looks kind of the same. And that's what those unis look like. So whoever from Major League Baseball for the second time made those unis, fuck you. You fucking did a terrible job.
I still disagree. I like the puke pink. So, dude, Mason Miller
I
went
knew you did. I knew you'd love. Hey, anytime I got one, you gonna argue, and that's a great thing. I love it. I love it.
Mason Miller went 88-mile-per-hour slider after 102 in on your hands.
Oh God, here, hit this one, but then, gee, hit this one. Oh God, hang with him.
Dude, what are these guys throwing in the minor leagues? Same shit?
You know
Similar?
what? So the kids I saw in Eugene, two of them were throwing, like I said, 93, 95, and everybody else was in the 90, 92 range, right in there.
So
Um,
normal.
yeah, exactly. The thing that I saw, and this is what has, I mean, stuck out like a sore thumb. It didn't matter whether it was in Double A Richmond. It didn't matter if it was in High A Eugene or Low A in San Jose. The guys who had small misses, I'm talking about they were around the plate, up and down, in and out,
Yeah.
right? Okay, they had small misses. Those guys dominated. Anybody that had big misses, I'm talking about like spiking sliders or missing fastballs way up or that kind of thing. Those guys always went to 3-2, and their pitch count skyrocketed, and they couldn't go deep in the game.
That's crazy, dude, because I mean, we were up against it this past week and with our just pitching in general. And we had all variations of pitchers, kids that threw 79 miles per hour, and we had other kids that were, mid 60s, right? And when it comes down to it, and I almost, if you gave me a second shot at this, I'd approach it a little bit differently because I think I would have used the 65 dudes that were like perfectly placing shit. We
Yeah,
have this kid SC that did a
yeah,
terrific job for us, and he came and he didn't get a single at bat, and he was just ready to pitch. He pitched like 3 different times, and he would dot it up and dot it up and dot it up, and we're going up against this freaking gigantic East Coast Astros team, and our kid who was throwing 79, Carter, did a great job, but it was, they were on it, man. They were just on it. And so then we bring in the soft throwing lefty, and sure as shit, what do you think happens? Pop ups, rollovers, work quick, work efficiently. And
yeah.
it's all a process of, I think the combination of the two, and we purposely were going to go from that to that. It's just a lot of it's just pitching, man, and learning how to pitch.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm glad that you're letting them learn that on the fly because I'm telling you right now, all right, I'm telling you right now, those kids, it doesn't matter, on your level, it doesn't matter on the minor league level, it doesn't matter on the major league level. If we're looking at the all stars, all right, it is the guys that keep their misses small.
Yeah, I like how you say that.
Okay. And
Yeah.
I mean, I'll take a guy, and I'm telling you, because I saw it, this whole season going to see these minor league teams. I'll take a guy throwing 88, 89 and dotting it up and knowing what he's doing, as opposed to a guy throwing 93, 94, rearing back and just chunking the shit out of it, falling behind and counting, and he's got to come in the zone.
Yeah.
All right, here's another one. Here's another one. You and I haven't talked about this, but I have seen this, and I saw it in Eugene, Oregon, and it about blew my freaking mind. Okay, like I said, we're playing the Toronto Blue Jays minor league club. We lost game 1 and game 2, both by 5 or 6 runs. Right.
Okay.
All of their relievers came in and threw 1-0, 2-1, 2-0, 3-1, 3-2, and on 2 different occasions, 3-0 breaking balls,
Yeah.
all with 5 or 6 run leads.
Yeah.
5-run lead, and a kid flips up a 3-0 breaking ball. I am in the dugout going, you have got to be shitting me. When you cannot locate a fastball, that's the Atlanta Braves when they won all of those championships in a row. That's the one thing those guys did. Greg Maddux, Tom Glavine, John Schmaltz, Avery, Millwood, you name it. All of those guys, they could throw a fastball down and away for a strike.
Yeah.
Now you can't see a kid locate a fastball, but he's going to flip up a breaking ball on you all the time. And I told this to the coaching staff. I said, if I got reincarnated today, whether it be college or whether it be in pro ball as a hitter, if I got reincarnated today, I would sit breaking ball the whole time. Nobody is going to throw you 3 straight fastballs. You will see a breaking ball in there, and it's time to hit.
Well, it would make
stupid.
just
It's
as much
stupid.
sense to sit breaking ball as it would fastball because essentially it's like 50-50 now.
Oh,
And
it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
Right?
And and that's why I went up. We talked about that kid Joe Whitaker. That's why I went up, patted him on the back, told him how freaking great it was. I was like, dude, you challenged people with fastballs and blew them out the water and got in the freaking 6th inning with no pitches. If you'd have been throwing your breaking ball and shit, you'd have had 70 pitches in 4 innings. We had to go to the pen.
The only time that, and we did this the other day, kid didn't have control of his fastball. So we're like, you know what? Let's throw the 3-0 breaking ball just so he could get the feel back. And then 3-1, we went right back to the fastball. That wasn't even, it has nothing to do with the hitter or trying to do anything. We're just like, let's change the feel right now because he spiked 2 fastballs that he threw into the fucking backstop.
I get it.
Makes sense.
But what I'm saying is, with a 6-run lead in professional.
Oh, no, I get you, bro.
And you are throwing a 3-0 slider. What are you scared of, you puss?
Thrill. Cal Ripken Jr. is up on the screen getting compared to Gunnar Henderson. Of course, we've heard your infamous Cal Ripken Jr. story. I believe it was in Minnesota.
Yes,
in the Metro.
In Minnesota, yes.
Oh, it's so good, man.
Gunnar Henderson is an unbelievable talent, but he's not Cal Ripken. Sorry.
This ball driven deep. Jared Duran. A fucking incredible story. Making his first All-Star game, going deep, Thrill. This is a guy who just recently told a story about how his dad was upset with him after a Little League game because he didn't want to go back out on the field. And he basically dragged his house out back onto the field. And then one of the moms called child services on him, and his old man got arrested and hauled off from the Little League field.
Well, he caught the old heater from Hunter Green and got a hold of it.
Oh, it's awesome. Good for him. What a great story. He told this story on TV not too long ago, and he was mic'd up for a game, and everybody was just kind of in shock. Like, wait, you said what?
Yeah. Yeah. Huh? Uh-oh. We got Eric Byrnes locked up again.
Bringing up the story was that his dad was right, and he was happy that his dad instilled the discipline in him and like, look, you're not quitting on your teammates. And he dragged him back out there and said, you're going out there. So small lessons in life, as you know, we certainly deal with the pussified generation.
Yes.
This is
Yes.
good.
Yes. Hey, we're talking about the unis, and there's been a comment in here about like prison unis and stuff like that. I'm actually going to turn it around. Do you know that the last and I don't know why this has happened. Don't get me wrong. I have no earthly idea. But the last 2 years in a row, I have been invited to Washington, D.C. You know, they play that congressman's game and all that sort of
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah. Of course,
Where,
that's where there was a shooting there a few
yeah,
years ago. Fuck.
Scalise, a member of the Republican Party, Scalise got shot a few years ago, I have been invited 2 years in a row to go and coach those guys up and all that sort of stuff. But the only problem is, as usual, they try to do it in the middle of the season when I got to go see teams, for the Giants and stuff like that. So I can't do it. But I thought that was pretty interesting.
Dude, I'll go with you. I'm
Yeah.
in. I will
And you know
volunteer
what?
my
If
time.
you want to go, I mean, dude, I can get it set up. We gotta clear some schedule with the Giants so that I can go because you're going to be there for like a week.
On that note, Thrill, I got to bring this up. Usually we don't talk politics here on No Filter Network. At
Yeah,
least you and I don't.
I figured it'd come into play today.
As it will, you who is an experienced rifleman,
Yes,
as well as a good fucking patriot,
yes,
obviously, former President Trump, shot at this past weekend, grazing the ear.
yeah.
I mean, it's just I've never.
He had a hole in the ear. I mean,
It's
it went through
fucking
his ear.
wild, man. What are your thoughts on what went down?
Oh my God, where to start with this one? I can tell you one thing. As far as shooting a high-powered rifle from 130 yards, it's like me trying to hit this microphone, like right there. I mean,
It's
I
easy.
mean, it's so easy. How this guy missed him, I have no earthly idea. Thank God he missed him because I mean that would have been a catastrophe of monumental proportions. But uh, it just also goes to show you that I mean there's a lot of screw ups that go on. We're talking about guys that drop their back shoulder and all that sort of stuff, and Secret Service let a guy with a high powered rifle get within 130 yards of the president and get off 8 rounds. I don't know who's to blame, but that is a major, major fuck up. All right. And especially when those snipers had him in the sights and nobody gave an order to shoot. You want to shoot him before he shoots at the president. So, that's my thoughts on it. We don't need to get into Democrat, Republican, all that sort of shit. But shooting a high powered rifle from that distance, piece of cake. I mean, one of the easiest things to do in the world with a scoped rifle. And thank God he missed him.
I was wondering, and I wanted to ask you immediately because you're probably the most experienced rifleman that I know, and I know you're an incredible shot. How easy of a shot that was? So you're saying it's just not an easy shot at all.
No, I
I
was
mean,
saying
it is an easy shot, I should
no.
say.
I said it's a
Yeah,
very
incredibly easy, right?
it would be like you taking a fork full of food and putting it in your mouth. Freaking, you do it every day. 1, 2, 3,
Uh,
same shit. And hey, look, you know, we're going into the fall. It's going to be a big time election, a lot of things at stake for both parties, but you do not want that to happen.
Oh, that
And
just, in my opinion, that just solidified the fucking presidency for him.
well, whether it did that or not, it's the fact that you would have thrown this country into turmoil. I mean, you're talking about like 2 or 3 days before the Republican National Convention.
Yeah.
So that whole convention would have been in disarray.
Huh.
Then you're talking about trying to find somebody else from the Republican Party. Then the trust and distrust of party to party and people to people and neighbor to neighbor. I mean, oh my God. So, I mean, it is from here. Thank God it monitored realize it here you but anyway. So much for that.
Yeah. The one thing's real, as my internet's kind of shitting out here. I don't know if it's because I'm in Mississippi or you're in backwoods
Bullshit.
Louisiana or whatever.
Start with that. Don't start with that. We got fucking better down here than you got out in California. You freeze your ass up all the time in California.
So, before the night was over, when the shooting took place, or actually even just like a couple hours after, it's real. I got this on my phone. Hold on.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
it's
Dude,
just, America is so
memes
beautiful.
started coming out like that. The memes started coming out like that. Yeah, I got all kinds of shit. I got a matter of fact, I sent it to Josh and Tommy, and I got a picture of a freaking a big lion, and it said, "Don't miss the king." You know, that kind of shit. So same shit.
Oh fuck, man. Yeah, that was certainly a wild couple days. I haven't paid a ton of attention, since then, and how much more has come out about this kid that took the shot and
Yeah,
everything
whatever.
else. The shadiness of this is kind of what you said, in that here he was, as Bryce Harper sends one deep to left center and just misses it.
Oh my, he's up against the fence. He didn't miss it by much.
No, you saw Harper as soon as he hit that ball, he just kind of got that,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
missed it,
He
sort of.
didn't get quite all of it. Yeah,
What I was in, like, right there, there was one click earlier, one click on top. That's
yeah,
it. It's the difference between a fly out and a homer, right?
yeah.
So anyway, dude,
Yeah, but
it's just, it's fast. The whole thing was incredibly fascinating to me. But I did watch one interview of a guy that was saying, he's like, I saw the guy on the fucking roof, and I'm telling everybody would listen, like the police, everybody. There's a guy on the fucking roof with a rifle. Someone's got to stop him. And he's like, they won't listen to me. I'm
yeah,
like, what the fuck is
yeah.
wrong?
And the sniper that was behind Trump that you saw was pointed that way. He was on him for like 2 or 3 minutes. Nobody would give him the clearance to shoot. As soon as somebody pops up on a roof and nobody's supposed to be there, that fucker gets shot. I
Yep.
don't give a fuck who you
Yep.
are. All right? You are within 130 yards of the president, you get fucking shot. You're not
Yep.
supposed to be there.
No.
All
Especially
right?
if you have a rifle. Like, if you're on a
Guess
roof, it's
what?
one thing. If
Guess
you're
what?
unarmed, but
Hey,
do they have the scopes they can see?
yeah,
Right?
yeah. You want to shoot? I'll go grab you a fucking scope and you can see what I'm thinking about. I mean, I got shit that where you freaking dial it up. It's like you're right here on me, and
Yeah.
it's one of them things. But anyway, there's some little sketchiness, shall we say, in that shooting. I can tell you that right now. There is no way, no way, and it was. I mean, I hate to say it, but it was even brought up. It's like this is the grassy knoll all over again,
Yeah.
and it's a
It
truth.
is.
It's a
It
fucking
is.
truth, dude. You know?
No one knows what really went down, and then who's
Yep.
the Secret Service working for? And
Yep.
The grassy knoll. I mean, I had an opportunity, and I love history.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah,
fascinated with it.
yeah.
I believe wholeheartedly in our American political system.
Yep,
You know, honestly, we're the greatest democracy in the world because of the way we're set up with the executive
correct,
branch, the judicial,
correct.
you know, in legislative. Like there's checks and balances in life. Ooh, I think he's out. No, they fucked that up.
You think?
I think so, but maybe I'm wrong.
Who knows?
It's not like Josh Naylor is.
They'll probably appeal.
Did he step on him? Ow! Fuck! Ow!
He,
Oh,
he stepped on
dude.
him.
Yeah, I stepped on him.
All right,
But
so
Naylor's
that
right
right
on the
there,
outside of the bag.
that right there, I just went and had a lesson with all of our first basemen about how to be on the corner of the bag and stay out the middle of the bag because you're going to be stepped on. I had that exact same freaking speech for 30 minutes on the field with the guys in Eugene, Oregon. And you got a major leaguer that just got his ass stepped on because he's a moron.
What was he doing?
Why are you in the middle of the bag? You're going to be stepped on, dumbass. Get your
Well, number
foot
one,
out
he
the
wasn't even
middle of
on
the
the
bag.
bag. And number
Huh?
two, why would you be on? I mean, they're both feet now hit the bag at the same time. It looks like, right?
Yeah.
Let's see what
Yeah.
they say.
Let me go right now.
Out.
So that's Naylor. All right. That's Naylor from Cleveland who I can't say anything about his body type.
No, it's
But
not. I mean, it's not good, but he's a stud. He's a
yeah,
Canadian
he's a
guy.
stud. Yeah, he's a stud, but you got to play the other
Yeah,
side of the ball.
I
And
know.
the other side of the ball is stay out the middle of the bag so you don't get stepped on, dumbass.
Yeah. No, dude, I got it. I totally agree.
So anyway.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Hey, look,
Just
this conversation is freaking gone all over the place tonight,
as it should,
and yeah, I mean,
as it always does.
it's been 2 weeks since we've been together. We needed to do this. This is freaking awesome. I'm loving life right now.
So,
We're gonna do it
thrill.
again next week. But hang on one second.
Go ahead.
I have a quiz for the audience. Let's see
Ooh.
if they can get it. All right. Since we're doing some, all-star game stuff, all right?
Okay.
We always, challenge everybody right here, okay? This was something that Trey Clark brought up to me. All right. I'm going to go with you, EB, and then we'll let the everybody chime in. What are the seven ways that you can get on first base?
Ooh. Okay.
All right. So there's a bunch of them that are no-brainers. We got it. All right. But then there's a few little quirky ones. All right. Here we
Okay. Can I go?
go.
Number one, a base hit. Number two, a walk. Number three, an error. Number four, fielder's choice. Number five, catcher's interference.
Ooh, you got one of the toughies. You got one of the toughies. All
Yeah.
right. So you got two
Now
more.
it's
Come on.
now two more, right?
You got two more.
Okay. Number six would be intentional walk. It's the walks walk,
Yeah,
right?
walks to walk. Yeah. No, walks to walk.
Okay. Hit, walk, fielder's choice.
And then you said error, and then you
An
said
error
catches interference.
and catcher's
Right?
interference. So just
Okay.
dos mas.
All right. Dos mas. One of them's easy. One of them's a little kind of weird. We talk about it all the time right here.
Oh, hit my pitch.
Hit that
I'm
pitch.
sorry.
There you go, 6. All right. And then the last one, Rodolfo actually got it right. And it's a weird one, but it is a drop strike 3. Ball
Drop
goes
strike
back.
3. Okay. So the cat, yeah. I
Okay.
mean, geez.
So there's your 7. All right. So here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
Walk,
Yeah.
hit by pitch, a hit, which is normal shit. Drop strike 3. Okay. Then you got error, fielder's choice, and catcher's interference.
Yeah.
And so that teaches everybody right there. I mean, I'm up on top of this stuff, and there were 2 that I really scuffled with. Trey came up with this, I was loving
The
life.
catcher's interference and drop third
Catcher's
strike. Probably you just
interference
don't
is
think
a big
about
one. Catcher's interference is a big one, and then you forget about the drop strike 3.
drop strike 3. That rule sucks. If
Yeah,
you
no,
strike out, you
no.
fucking strike out. Go back to the dugout.
All right, and I'll give this to you, and then I'll let the audience jump in there a little bit. All right, who has the most Gold Gloves at any position? It doesn't matter whether
I do know this.
it's anywhere on the field.
I'm pretty sure I know this.
Yep.
Greg Maddux.
Boom. You got it, and Tommy Luke got it right out the
Yeah.
chute. 18 Gold
Yeah.
Gloves as a pitcher. Look, I played against that bastard. That bastard was unfreaking believable. I did not know he had 18.
Dude, bro, I
promise you,
played against
I
him
didn't know
too.
that.
He'd be like this, dude. Watch him. He goes like this. Ready? And he's ready to fill his position. Like I've never seen anybody. He threw the pitch, and he was literally getting into like a pre-step because he knows the ones that were going to be hit.
Well, and
Greg Maddux was so fucking. Greg Maddux might be, with the shit he had, and you could tell me, and I had good numbers off him, but I just don't even want to. That's not even worth fucking mentioning. This isn't about me. This is about who I think might be the greatest pitcher who's ever lived. I'm serious, greatest pitcher, because he didn't have the shit that fucking Nolan Ryan had, that Roger Clemens had. I can't judge Cy Young and Walter Johnson and all that shit back then. Like this, of our generation, though, he was number one. He was the guy that manipulated a baseball like nobody else in the fucking world.
Nobody could do it. Nobody could do it.
And then fielded his position as well.
Yeah, like you said, he worked on his mechanics to where when he followed through, he was in a great position to field and help himself get out of innings. So, hey, I had to hit against him. I was never fortunate enough to be a teammate, but I definitely tip my cap to one of the best of my generation. So there you go.
But dude, like if your name comes up in association with Greg Maddux, all anybody will ever fucking think about is fastball inside.
Fastball in, baby. Don't throw it. Don't throw it.
So anyway, I want to go back to real quick.
So a little bit later on. Okay, this is God, I couldn't even tell you when it was. I mean, and we're talking about like down the road. So I hit that in 89 off of him. And we're talking about maybe 96, 97, something like that. And I'm watching a broadcast. Braves are playing, they're on a roll or whatever. And Maddux, I don't know how it happened. Maybe error, base hit, that kind of shit. But he had a bases loaded situation. And the announcers came on there and they said, Greg Maddux has never given up a grand slam. And I was on the other side of the TV going, yes, he has. Yes, he has. But he hadn't given up a grand slam in the regular season.
In the regular season.
Is what they meant. But anyway, so we go from there.
Dude, what he did with the baseball, like he threw a ball one time and this is it's one that I faced him real early in my career when I was with the A's, and he threw a ball that started a foot off the plate, a foot, maybe even 18 inches, and then ran back to Javi Lopez's glove, who was set up off the plate. And they called this thing a fucking strike. It was the worst call that I've ever had on me in the history of my major league career. And from that point on, I literally walked back to the dugout and I told whoever was in front of me, I said, it's the last fucking time I'll ever let that happen to me. The next time I faced him, I put my dick on the fucking dish, man. And I got up all over that and I said, you want to play fucking ball? We'll play ball. And I didn't give a shit if I got jammed. None of it mattered to me. I was taking away that bullshit outside corner that Maddox, Smoltz, and Glavine used to always get. Fuck off.
I told you that. I mean, you
had to.
You had to move around the batter's box. They got so much on the outside corner that if you took it, you know, they were going to call it a strike, but it's like, dude, seriously, that much out there? But anyway.
They'll never do that today. They'll never do that today. This is where the game's changed more than anything. Umpires won't do it because they're held accountable. Or at least the strike zone thing holds them accountable.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So they get rated now. They didn't get rated back then.
Here's the thing. Even the guys now that are like right around the dish and they're missing by this much and this much and this much, they don't give them nothing.
No.
Back in the day, they'd have been like boom, 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 boom. All right, we're in the 6th inning. You know?
Because they try to get the fuck out of there.
I know they
want to go home.
Back in the day, they were, yeah. Now it's all about me and how I'm judged and all that. And fuck these guys now. Hey, I got one for you. All right, I printed this one out because I for whatever reason, I don't know why. I don't know whether somebody sent it to me or what. But when I was in St. Louis, you know, Tony La Russa was my manager. He's freaking awesome. I loved him. One of his best friends was this gentleman right here. And he came in not once. He came in 2 or 3 times while I was in St. Louis. Had a chance to sit in the dugout, talk to him. What a freaking beauty. Here we go. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is Coach Bobby Knight.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That's Coach
what was Bobby Knight like?
Bobby Knight.
He just passed away recently.
Yeah, no, he passed away in November. Matter of fact, Trey and I even talked about it. Freaking awesome. I mean, one of us. I mean, he's definitely one of us. Just a super, super freaking dude. And, you know, I flat out told him to his face. I said, I like the fucking way you coach and I like the way you discipline people. He goes, that's how I was brought up, and I taught how I was brought up. And I'm like, thank you. That's like me teaching the same shit to these kids that my dad taught me. So thank you. What a beauty. What a beauty.
Ellie De La Cruz, 46 stolen bases on the year. The Tigers, or he has 48. The Tigers have 46. And he hits a bullet into the gap. This guy is the most electric player in baseball. Oh, you got to go.
Woo!
He would have been safe. He should have gone.
No, he wouldn't. No, he wouldn't have been safe. Hey, but there's the thing. All right? And it's the old adage. And that's why, you know, I told you about Jonah Fox and Alexander Suarez, you know, in Eugene. And I went up and I told these guys this. I said, I put that guy right there on display. I said, you guys can be the next De La Cruz. And they were like looking at me like, what do you mean? And I go, you do not know how speed like affects a ball game. I know how speed affects a ball game. You know how speed affects a ball game, but they don't. They don't know how much pressure they put on a defense, and that's what De La Cruz does. And
Dude, look at Jackson Merrill. Do you see the chest hair sticking out?
no,
Dude, he's going old school Byrnes button down, but he has no undershirt. This guy's like this, and he's got like, I mean, it looks like a few pubic hairs popping out of his chest, but holy shit.
yeah, he might be
Good for
doing
Jackson
that,
Merrill.
but he don't shave his shit like you do because you need to be.
Oh, I don't shave it. I just have no hair.
Aerodynamic.
Yeah, I've never shaved though. No shave, no hair. I'm
That's
Irish.
bullshit. That's bullshit.
No, seriously.
Seriously? You got no chest hairs?
No, nothing. I mean, this is it. Look.
That's it?
Yeah, you see the flippy though?
Oh yeah, I see the flippy.
Yeah, it's next level flippy.
I can just tell you, fucking the hair on my chest grows fucking as much as the hair on my fucking head.
Well, does that mean it doesn't grow at all anymore? I mean, we could do a shirtless Deuces Wild at some point.
No. Look, I got fucking chest hair out of my ass.
Not really though.
I got nipple hair. How about that one for you?
Well, you know what one of my favorite lines for the boys is when it comes to hitting a high fastball.
What?
I always tell them, I said nothing above the titties.
No,
nothing above the titties.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm
nothing.
Talking about.
That's a no zone. No zone, titties and below. That's it.
There you go. It used to be, it used to be when it was old school, it was cock and below, but not anymore.
Yeah, I mean, one of our 12-year-olds the other day, as we were explaining this, and I'm like, yo, like boys, titties and below, because there was a guy, he's around mid-70s, whatever. Titties and below, let's make sure we get the ball down. He goes, Coach. I said, yeah, what's up? And I'm not going to tell you which one it was. He goes, down the dick, take a rip. I go, yeah. You got it, son.
That's what we talking about. That's what we talking about. You ain't kidding right there.
Oh, it's so good. So I have a question.
Wait a second. I ain't even checked in on this bastard. AL's up because your boy hit the homer. All right, NL's trying to battle back. They got 2 runners on.
Yeah, this is actually a really good game, huh?
Yeah, no. 5-3.
Did you like when it meant something and they were playing for home field advantage?
Well, that was the thing. I mean, whoever won the All-Star game, had home field advantage in the World Series.
Yeah. Did you like that or no?
I thought it was good. It was like, dudes, whoever makes it from our team to the World Series, you guys are going to have home field advantage if we bust our ass right there. If not, you guys are going to spend at least 4 games on the road.
Yeah. I liked it. Why not? It added a little extra incentive. You play for something, make it mean something.
But then again, too, it was also considered an exhibition, and everybody got in the game. And then for a while there, because it was home field advantage and shit like that, they had to keep pitchers back. They had to keep position players back. So they basically had 3 days in whatever city it was and never sniffed the field. So anyway.
Which I think is bullshit too. I don't know. I like these guys having an opportunity to be on display. Like Mason Miller, the A's guy. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. He throws 103. If I'm a coach, I'm putting him in the fucking game anyway.
Yeah, but here's the thing. You and I and everybody in the chat room, unless it's freaking game of the week, when are we ever going to see Mason Miller? Like
we are. I mean, we don't see him much, man.
Yeah, unless you got MLB TV and stay up till all hours of the fucking morning, you ain't gonna see Mason Miller, and you might not know what this bastard features. So anyway, this is something that was really good for a guy like that, Where
are you going next week?
I am going tomorrow morning to Reno, Nevada.
Oh,
I will be with Big Mike Lasaggi. And then I'll see if I can't find a way to get Eric Byrnes 30 miles from his house, maybe even Tara Byrnes, and treat them to a little dinner or something like that. As I have the Pace Reno's deal, and then I actually my wife has a, a family reunion in Kansas City, so I'm flying from Reno to Kansas City. Then I go back home. I'm home 2 days, and I go back to San Francisco. So I'll be
how
back to San Francisco for the end of the month homestand.
how long you in Reno for? Like from what days to what day?
I'm there tomorrow
That
till Saturday morning.
yeah, I'm gonna miss you.
Yeah, no,
Fuck, that
you're
sucks.
out of
I
the
gotta go
house.
to Oregon. I will go
Hey,
to Oregon for ski camp. I'm going straight from Mississippi to fucking Oregon. Like, who lives this life?
you do.
Apparently, who
You do.
goes
Hey,
from
look,
Mississippi?
look. I just came from Oregon to Louisiana, and I'm going back to Reno. Then I'm going to Kansas City, coming back to Louisiana, then going to San Francisco. So, welcome to the world of travel, Jack.
You live this life. You're the one that lives this life. We're living
Thank
like these.
you.
I
Thank
love
you.
nothing more than just go get
Oh,
a
and
nice fucking.
by the way, I got a bone to pick. Rodolfo, God damn it. I hung around in San Jose to talk to you, and you bailed on me. You could have come down there. We'd have talked. No big deal. You know me. You know me. I wouldn't have let security boot your ass out of there. I've been like, hey, I'm talking to him. So you bailed on me, Rodolfo.
Rodolfo is bullshit. We got Bruce Bochy on the mic right now.
I'm
I mean,
teasing, Rodolfo. I'm teasing. Don't worry about it. Shit happens. I get it.
isn't it crazy how Bochy was at your retirement ceremony?
It's
And
amazing
then,
how Bochy was at my retirement ceremony, and like a year or two later, he's fucking World Series champion again.
I mean, it's this is.
Again.
Dude, I felt like it was yesterday. We were all there, and Battleboard Mike was there, and Jason was there, and Ron Polk was there,
Yeah, and
and
Johnny
like we're
was
all just
there.
hanging.
Johnny was there. All of them were
Everyone
there.
was there.
Yeah,
Right? Fucking Boogie Bear. Like, we're just hanging. Like, but I felt like that was like not that long ago. And now this guy, in the midst of everything, has won a World Series, and now he's coaching the goddamn All-Star game.
amazing, ain't it? Absolutely amazing. And it's
It's
in
the
his
beauty
home
of
ball.
life.
And All Star games in his home ballpark. Freaking awesome.
So fucking. It's only the third time it's ever happened in the
Really
history of the All-Star game where you actually had the team that had won the World Series host the All-Star game the next year.
That's freaking awesome. I didn't know that. That's
Yeah.
freaking great right there.
Yeah, super cool, man. Super cool.
Hey,
Do you do when you travel?
did you do smell-o-vision yet?
No, I haven't eaten yet. I mean, it's 9:18. I mean, it's late out here. Usually, I get done like early, and but I haven't eaten. We ate like a late lunch.
All right, I got you.
But yeah, I'm just right now the tequila's a dinner, and then I'll figure something out. When we get off here. But what'd you have for dinner tonight?
A little Lisa beef stew. She had a little leftover roast ahoya and made a beef stew out of it. It was awesome. Freaking dynamite.
What do you normally eat for breakfast? This is
All
like
right,
a great question Mark DeRosa always
I
asks me.
am a breakfast guy. Uh,
Okay.
I'm a big eggs and bacon sausage. I like. You're in the South, you might want to try it. Corned beef hash. Um, I'm that kind of guy. Trey, on the other hand, is like chocolate chip pancakes. Pour the freaking syrup on it. The whole works.
Now,
Oh,
what
and
about waffle?
I'm an omelet guy too.
What about Waffle House? You go to Waffle House. What you
Oh,
order?
crush Waffle House and crush IHOP. Both of those, crush them.
Oh, as you should. Dude, Waffle House is good, man.
Hey,
All Biscuit wants to do is go to Waffle House.
hey, I can tell you one thing. When I walk in IHOP here in Baton Rouge, freaking everybody and their grandma like, oh, I got Mr. Clark. I got Mr. Clark. because Mr. Clark tips pretty damn good in the IHOP. Instead of giving $2 and some change, Mr. Clark will give me 10.
I used to go to IHOP all the time. I'd order those skinny pancakes.
Oh yeah, like the crepes.
Yeah.
Those. Oh, look
The
at you. Look at
I don't know
you.
how to say the word. It's like Langray or
No, it's
Langenberry. Is that
lingonberry.
what's
It's
it called?
lingonberry.
Lingonberry. I used to order the Lingonberry crepes, dude.
Oh, those are
Oh,
good. Those are
so
good.
fucking good.
Ah, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Those are
What, I
awesome.
mean, dude, this is one of my favorite shows. When we're all over it, we've talked politics,
What
lingerberry,
haven't we talked about tonight?
dingleberry pancakes.
Dingleberry.
Oh
Oh
fuck.
my God. That's freaking beautiful right there.
Yeah. I mean, we've had a home run hit in the All-Star game. I mean, just all kinds of shit going on. And the homer was hit by Jared Duran, who has a story of the old man getting a
Hey,
little
how about this?
aggressive
How
and
about this
throwing him
one?
on the field.
All right, how about this one? I don't know, I mean, I watched it. Don't get me wrong, I watched it. But the home run derby yesterday, Trey and I sat there and watched it, right?
I did not watch it. Oh yeah, let's start. Give me your thoughts on yesterday's home run derby.
Okay. So they changed up the format. Okay.
Yes.
All right, fine. You change up the format, you do whatever. Okay. Which, once again, MLB has to get involved. You dumb bunch of bastards. Rob Manfred, stay the fuck out the game. Anyway, um, Teoscar Hernandez, right? He beats three guys in a row, but legitimately one homer every round, and winds up winning. There were three guys in a row that had at least two or three swings to get one homer to tie him or beat him, and they couldn't do it. And he was up against Bobby Witt Jr. at the end, and needless to say, I played with Bobby Witt Sr.
Yeah.
I was pulling for Junior pretty bad, but hey, Teoscar took it to the kids and he came out on top, and God bless him. He did a good job. Nice job.
Yeah, they were saying there's this big home run drought from the Dodgers. You know what's funny? You're the one that when the Dodgers signed Teoscar Hernandez, you told me that he was going to be a difference maker. You're like, dude, this like
Yeah.
because it's not it wasn't a super sexy sign.
Right.
It wasn't Otani. It wasn't trading for Mookie Betts. Like it wasn't like this gigantic name. It's Teoscar Hernandez. But you were the one that you're like, dude, this guy's fucking legit.
I told you, I said, I don't know much. I said, but I said, this guy can freaking play. And
Yeah.
he's gonna add a layer of protection to the lineup for Betts, Freeman, and Otani. And you were like, really? And I go, yeah. And look what the hell happened. I mean, he's done kind of what you and I projected. So it
And
was
since
awesome.
you have Wilson, dude, after Betts, Freeman, Otani, then you have Will Smith, and then you have Teoscar Hernandez. It's like that's where the Dodgers don't quit. I don't think
Yeah,
the Dodgers have played up their potential yet.
yeah, no, no,
Like they got to get healthy, their pitching
yeah,
and everything else. But
yeah. And here's another thing. I mean, freaking Trey even came up to me the other day and he's like, Dad. And I go, what? He goes, Will Smith hit 4 homers in 4 at bats. And I was like, oh, really? And evidently, he had 3 in one game, and
yeah,
then he hit one in the next game. And he's only got 15 or 16, so he hit, a quarter of his homers in the span of, a few at bats. But I said, Trey, that's the thing. You provide protection for everybody in front of you. And that's what Teoscar has done. And that's why Freeman sees decent pitches. Otani sees decent pitches. Betts sees decent pitches. It's because they know what's coming down the line and they don't want those guys to get on and have big innings.
yep. Dude, I mean, stacking a lineup is huge. It's like if you could have a lineup that continues to have the depth like that. It's everything. I just go think about putting together these youth lineups. Of course, I always draw it back to that. It's like when we're at our best, it's when our three hitter Jesse, like he's a man amongst boys,
Right.
and then when we have Frankie there, he's also a man amongst boys. And so when you can stack those two, it's a whole nother layer of protection. And then we can take our guys who say when they're not there are hitting 3-4. Then now those guys are hitting 5-6. Now okay, now right that eighth ranked team in the country like all of a sudden becomes a top four team in the country
Right.
because shit gets different. We
Right.
missed Frankie this weekend who wasn't there, and I it certainly hurt. It did. It did. I was shuffling the four spot. You don't want to shuffle a fucking four spot. Yeah, we had to though.
I get it, bro. But then you look at it from kind of a bigger picture standpoint. So it's me, Kevin Mitchell, Matty, and then
Yeah,
me, Matt, and Barry later on, right? And that's why it was so important for me to go up to Brett Butler and say, "You go, we
we
go,"
go.
because guess what? Yeah, we're going to do some damage in the middle of the lineup, but if it's a one-run homer, a solo shot, or I got to hit a double and I got to get on for him or whatever. But if we can get a freaking few things rolling, dude, we can put up a four spot in a hurry. I mean, a hurry. And so now that was the same thing that I was trying to tell Darren Lewis when he was a younger player, and it was me, Matt, and Barry. I'm like, Darren, I don't give a rat's ass how you do it. You need to get on the base. I said, just get on the base. I said, we're going to make shit happen. I said, but I need you on there. And so that goes to what you're talking about right there.
Yeah, yeah. D'Lo had his moments. Obviously the consistency wasn't there over
Yeah.
the long
Yeah,
run.
look. I went from Brett Butler, who's arguably one of the best ever leadoff hitters
You're
ever.
right. He
I mean,
was.
400 on base percentage, scored a freaking boatload of runs and all that. I went to D. Lou, and D. Lou was, I don't know, 280, 300 on base percentage.
Yeah, I
But I
mean
had to
it's
keep, but I had to keep firing him up because he's in front of me. So
yeah.
let's go. Come on, come on. Because if you get on, then I get on, and Matty, I mean, just the snowball gets rolling.
The
So there
snowball
you
gets
go.
rolling.
Yeah,
That's why I tell Biscuit and Gianni. So I tell our first two. I'm like, bro, I, if both of you guys get on, it's on. Like you guys know
yeah,
this, right?
yeah,
And I go,
yeah.
but we have to have one of the two of you on base. Like there's no option of
No
of
option.
going. I'm
No
like Colt,
option.
Colt,
One of
you
you
make it
guys
out.
got to get on.
Johnny, you have to get on base. So the irony is that our tourney turned around. We had a game where it like literally it went Biscuit off the wall to lead off the game, double. Gianni, triple, right center field gap. Jesse, home run, 3-0. Like, do you know how demoralizing that is for the opposing team?
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt.
Oh, it's so beautiful. Here's Will Smith as we speak of him, 1-for-1 today
Elliot
too.
Ramos. Elliot Ramos just struck out swinging on balls out of the zone. So
Oh my bad. I'm sorry I missed his at bat.
no big deal. All right. And
Here's
so we got who now? Oh, we got
Will
Will
Smith,
Smith.
the guy we were
Yeah,
just
there you
talking
go.
about. I mean, he's
Yeah,
super hot, obviously.
he's already 1-for-1 in the All-Star game. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, they're talking about the 4 consecutive at bats and which he homered, rollover ground ball, third base. So my
You're
favorite all my favorite, but my most memorable All Star story goes beyond the kayak in McCovey Cove actually, and it was when I stayed home in 2005, and typically I would go to Tahoe. I'd go to the beach in Southern California. I'd do something. But I was really committed and focused on my craft, and I wanted to have a fantastic second half of the season. I was getting hot towards the end of the first half, and I went into just work out at the Coliseum every day. I'm like, I'm gonna chill in Half Moon Bay. I might play a little golf, and so I go in there one day, go bang in the cage. I go watch some video, watching whoever it was that we were going to play to start the second half of the season, and I get a tap on the shoulder from David Forrest, the assistant general manager of the Oakland A's. He goes, Burnsy, can I see you in Billy's office for a second? I'm like, yeah, sure, cool. Like, it's kind of weird, man, but whatever. And so we walked into Billy's office, and Billy wasn't there. He sits down in Billy Bean's chair, and I'm sitting across from him. He goes, we traded you to the Rockies. I go, you did fucking what? We traded you to the Rockies. Mickey will have all the information you need, get you in touch with the traveling secretary from Colorado. And Billy said he wanted to be here, but he's not here. And he's, here's his number. Call him on his cell. And, hey, thanks for your contributions to the A's organization. See ya! I'm like, oh, fuck. Emotional, man. I mean, that was the first time, like, at first shock. And then it was, as I packed all my shit and grabbed it, like right then, right there. And I remember driving across the San Mateo Bridge, and there was still that big shock. And when I got about halfway across the San Mateo Bridge, like tears.
Yeah.
It was real.
I can tell you one thing right now. After, me knowing you, I knew that those tears would flow. That's first off. But then second off, that's why I have problems with Billy Bean. You piece of shit. You were not there to tell one of your men that he had to go. You fucking put it off on some flunky. Once again, Billy Bean, fuck you. All right? You came to first base, and you are a piece of shit hitter, and you're at first base with me. You are a piece of shit. Fuck you. Once again.
Okay. I fucking love you. You're my boy. That's why you're my boy. That's why you're my boy. I would love nothing more.
That's why I'm in your fucking corner.
I know. I don't want to make it personal. I don't want to make it personal.
Dynasty. He has a chance to fucking have dynasty.
Dynasty.
Oakland,
fucking dynasty,
man. In Oakland, California.
Yeah.
He can have a dynasty.
I know.
But instead, he fucking trades everybody away. And guess what? They wind up in fucking Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Billy.
It's sad, man.
By the way, I don't give you permission to.
No, I'm not putting any of that shit out there. I'm not. I won't.
That's between me and you.
I know. That's the beauty, bro. You didn't have to say that. I'm not doing that. Just based on the fucking,
because
the fact that
hey, you're my fucking boy.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, I got you, dude. That's not even Billy. Here's the thing about Billy, like. You wonder how much of it came from ownership, right? And how much of it was
bullshit. That's bullshit.
I don't know.
Piece of shit. He's a piece
I don't know.
Of shit. He bought into the fucking movie. Hey, fuck you, Billy, because you fucking forgot to say in the movie that you had Mulder, fucking Zito, and Hudson. You had 3 fucking 20-game winners. We don't have to score no runs. All we got to do is get 1 fucking run, and we'll fucking win the majority of the games, you dumbass.
So, Thrill, there was a thing that was done about Oakland, and it was an All-Star article, and they actually went and they talked to guys that are from Las Vegas. And they were asking them how or why the A's should be moving to Las Vegas. And it was, for the most part, overwhelmingly negative from the players. It was Bryce Harper saying, well, if there's a team that's going to move there, like it should be their own expansion team. It shouldn't be the Oakland A's. The A's should stay in Oakland, type of thing. And then Mason Miller, who I believe it is from there. Like he had some
Mason Miller
comments.
from around the area.
I don't maybe it wasn't Mason Miller. Maybe I just like read like
All
there
right.
was Tommy Pham certainly was from there, and
Okay.
Tommy Pham was saying he's like, look, man, I think Tommy Pham was the one that made the most sense. He's like, I if they're coming here, fine. He goes, everyone talks shit and said, oh, we can't support the Golden Knights, we can't support uh what the WNBA team.
Right.
What do they have? The Raiders, right? So you're getting all these major sports coming into Las Vegas, and he goes, "Fuck off." He goes, "Of course we could support them." He goes, "But if the A's come here and start doing all the fucking dumping salary shit and everything, he's like, that's never gonna fly here." But if they come here and they spend, and then they quotes from Fisher and Fisher talking about, "Hey, look, we just got to get there, and then that'll allow us to spend." I don't, I don't, I get it. I really do. I just know that the city of Oakland and the A's could not come up with an agreement, and so because they could not come up with an agreement, it's everybody fucking loses.
Yeah.
That was
No.
it. Everyone lost.
Everybody loses. Everybody loses the freaking history of the game, and that for me is not okay. And you know, so we'll go from there.
Do you know what I think is going to happen? Here's my call: A's go to Sacramento. Stadium gets built in Las Vegas. A's spend 4 years in Sacramento. They sell out every single fucking game they have in Sacramento for the next 4 or 5 years. Sacramento and the A's go, look, we obviously have a good thing going here. Let's expand. They build up a season ticket list. They get that season ticket list to like 30,000 in the city of Sacramento, right? Like theoretically, if we had a season ticket list, would you be on it? 30,000 people say yes. They then take Rayleigh Field. They do a whole renovation on Rayleigh Field. They make it a 30,000 seat stadium. A's stay in Sac. Las Vegas then gets the expansion team in the new stadium that's built. That's what I am predicting will happen. We can take this no filter fucking clip from July the 16th, 2024, and in 2026, when they announce this shit, we're gonna go back to this fucking show.
Got it. I got it.
Yeah.
I got it. I got it.
All right, man. We got a couple knocks. I didn't even fucking look at it.
We ain't knocking nobody. We've
But I
been
don't. I mean, dude, you are coming to Reno, Nevada.
We've been on a roll. All right. We've been on a roll all night. We've covered freaking everything. All right. And on top of that, God damn it, you're in the South. You are in freaking Mississippi, enjoying the heat with the rest of us. As you can see, your computer has not jammed up for the last hour, so maybe it's a California thing, but I'm fixing to head your way tomorrow. I will be in Reno, Nevada, all the way through Saturday morning.
Where does your flight take you? You go. I'm gonna guess. You're flying. Oh, there's no airport in Is there an airport in Baton Rouge? No.
Yes, there's an airport.
There is?
In Baton Rouge, you dumbass.
Baton Rouge? You got an airport?
Shut up. Where are you guessing?
Okay.
Where are you guessing?
Baton Rouge. Baton Rouge to Dallas. Dallas to Reno. You're taking American.
Baton Rouge to Denver.
Ooh, United.
Denver to Reno, United.
United, I got it.
You can fuck me. I'm not going through Dallas, you piece of shit.
Don't ever go through Dallas.
Everything going
Never.
through Dallas.
Don't go through Dallas. Don't ever book a ticket through Dallas, dude. You're right.
American, ladies and gentlemen.
No.
You're going to be screwed. Anyway, so when are you home?
I'm not home. I'm not home until. If you were telling me that you were going to stay till like Monday, I honestly, I would have come home like on Saturday or Sunday. But the problem is, here's a funny thing, dude. We might be in fucking Reno. My flight leaves late. I'm 3 o'clock out of here tomorrow, out of Memphis to Denver, and then Denver to Portland.
Okay. All right.
Portland,
What do
fucking
y'all
Portland.
got? Y'all got another tournament going on?
No, it's a ski camp. The kids got a ski camp,
Oh,
so
like
they're yeah.
ski is in like water ski,
No, snow ski on a
snow
glacier.
ski in the summer. How do you get a snow ski in the summer camp?
It's a fucking glacier, like a
No,
legit, a
not
legit.
Portland, Oregon. Come on.
Frill, give me your thoughts. I get this today. He goes, here's the caption. Will Clark dot. This is from my assistant coach, LTP.
All
Will
right.
Clark dot. This stadium is fucking legit. Ready?
Oh, he is at Mississippi State University. That is the Will Clark statue as you walk into the front gates of Mississippi State slash Ron Polk Stadium.
Bro, I I mean, I don't have a statue of myself. I would create a bust of myself just for the reason of
I'll get you a bust made of yourself.
yeah, just like a bust. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Just I just
I
see the
will.
head.
I will.
That's it.
And it'll
But
have a little flat back ass hat and be on
if I had a statue of myself though, and let's get real up close to this, I would want one just like yours that basically is portraying a gigantic cock. I mean, what the fuck, man? Look at this statue.
You're the only person that has picked up on something like that. Everybody's like, man, we love your follow through and, your statue's 13 feet tall and all that sort of stuff. And you're worried about my cock. Very nicely done. Very
It looks
nicely
like
done.
it's. It
That
looks
is
like
so
it's.
you.
It
That is
looks like
so
it's.
you.
It looks like it starts at your belly button. But hey, they did you right.
Hey, hey, what can I say? Sometimes that's why they call me the Thrill. I don't know. I don't know. You know,
Oh fuck, we got to end the show, man.
you're a mess. You are such a mess.
Of
Hey,
course I am.
look. Seriously, I mean, I'm glad. I'm glad you're in the South, and the boys played good. They finished up strong. Yeah, they didn't win, but they played a great tournament,
Yeah,
and they learned a lot of stuff. They learned a lot of stuff, so that's a great thing. We covered freaking everything. We covered Eugene, me and Eugene. We covered the All-Star game. We covered the Giants. We covered politics. Jesus
yeah,
Christ, we're talking about freaking presidents and shit.
yeah, but yeah,
This was one of our arguably best shows ever
totally
because
agree.
we were freaking all over the board, dude.
Totally agree.
We were all over the board. I loved it. I loved it.
How about I mean, we're now in the top of the ninth inning. You got Pete Alonso up. You got Class A throwing 101 miles per hour. Have you had a chance to go to the new stadium in Texas yet?
Yes, I've been there one time.
What did you think of it?
Solid, really nice, really
I
nice,
agree. I liked it too. I
really
got a
nice.
tour.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed it, man.
yeah, no, I mean there was nothing I could like pick apart of it. I thought when they made all of their you know adjustments from the last stadium, I think they did a great job.
I mean, these. You know what's nuts is that as you watch this, as Alonso swings through a 93 mile per hour slider. I mean, he's got some serious. I mean, that's purple hair, like straight purple hair. Now, this is a matchup thrill. Let's watch this because it's Ellie De La Cruz against Emmanuel Clase. And Cruz, obviously one of the most electric, if not the most electric player in the game of baseball, going up against arguably the most electric closer in the game of baseball. I mean, this is a fucking heavyweight matchup right now.
Okay.
So fastball inside 101 miles per hour.
So I have not, believe it or not, I've never seen like Clase. I mean, is he very similar to like Duvall?
Yeah.
Fastball cutter type of guy?
Yeah, fastball. He's got like a slider.
Yeah,
So
all right. Okay.
it's certainly slower.
Okay.
He threw one down the dick that Alonso just swung and missed at. That's 102. I mean, Duvall's about that, right? He's the
Yeah,
100.
yeah. I mean, Duvall's 98 to 100, so he's in the same mode, and that's why I'm asking about Clase.
Yeah. I mean, he's been fantastic. I mean, one of the reasons the Indians are just so fucking good.
Yeah, the Indians have been having I mean, I can't say a quiet, but they've had a
No,
very successful under the radar year.
it has been quiet. It has. Like I don't give a shit. They haven't gotten the attention,
No,
right?
you're right.
They just haven't.
Right.
The Orioles have gotten some attention. The
Yeah.
Yankees get their attention. The Phillies have gotten their attention. As far
Well,
as
I mean, you're talking about that. You're talking about Orioles, Phillies, and Yankees. That's East Coast.
tough play,
You know,
he's safe.
Cleveland's not East Coast, so
Yeah, I mean Cleveland's it's fucking Cleveland.
yeah.
They did
But
a thing on Bob
but
Uecker before.
Cleveland has been a great baseball town
Real
ever
good.
since ever since Jim Thome and Manny Ramirez and all those guys, Berto Alomar. Ever since they've been there, they've Cleveland's been a great baseball town.
So here's Jackson Merrill, 21 years old. I mean, he's 21. He's got more chest hair than me.
Yeah, he does.
I mean, I want a little bit. It's not like I want a lot. I don't need like a bush coming out of there.
So
But
now
I
you
like a,
got
I
you
like a
got
little bit.
Brian you got Brian Reynolds up here. Brian Reynolds was a San Francisco Giant farmhand. I was actually in Richmond, Virginia when Brian Reynolds got traded.
Really?
Yep.
Well, they fucked that one up.
Brian Reynolds got traded for one of the ones back in the day to try to help us win a World Series.
Yeah. I remember that. And I love the aggressiveness, but Brian Reynolds has ended up being a perennial all-star that,
Yep.
well,
Yep.
struck out to end the game.
He's
So
a,
fuck him.
he's a see you later now,
See ya.
but Brian Reynolds has become a quality major leaguer.
Oh, certainly. He's a badass. All right, Thrill. Safe travels out west. Maybe we run into each other in Denver, man.
Yeah,
What
no,
time? What time's your flight out?
I'm gonna see Big Mike Lasaggi here in another day or so, and then I'll see Tommy Aliotti tomorrow. So we'll have a few good things going on in Reno, Nevada, and then hopefully I get it. Well, no, you're gonna be gone, so I can't see you in Mama Byrnes, but
I'm gonna try to change plans.
yeah,
I'm gonna try to go to Portland. I'm gonna try to go to Portland. You leave Saturday though, so unless I
yeah,
can get to Reno by Friday night, it's not worth it.
yeah. But then again, here's the thing: I'll be back home 3 days, and I turn around and come back to San Francisco. I'll be in San Francisco the whole end of July, so
All
maybe
right,
we
maybe
can
we
hook
get together
up
there.
if you're around.
Maybe, yeah, maybe Giuseppe, Pepe, Manueli, and I can go have a
Ooh.
hotel via night.
Yeah, we can do that. We can do that for sure.
Yeah,
Hey, man, freaking awesome show
great
tonight.
show.
I loved it. I thought it was great.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I thought it was great.
Safe travels, man.
All right.
But hey, the South, uh, absolutely love this place. You can take the fucking weather and get the fuck
Yeah, no,
off,
you
man.
can take the weather and get out of it, but then when everybody's walking around saying, "Mr. Burns, thank you, Mr. Burns,
The
appreciate you,
best,
Mr.
the
Burns."
best. So polite, so cool, and
Yeah.
so engaging. Like everyone's engaged. I've been playing pickleball out here with all these people. Like,
Boom. Boom. There you go.
Amazing people.
Boom.
Holy shit.
Hey,
It's different.
and,
It's totally different.
yeah, and thanks for representing Mississippi State. Appreciate it, my man.
Oh, come on, man.
Hey,
We get you
all you
thank
guys
Tara.
in
She
the
bought me this.
audience.
Yes.
See ya!